Hello Nigerians and my wonderful subscribers, you are welcome back to this channel and thank you for joining me once again. Now let me tell you that the protest going on in the north right now is beyond the hunger and hardship protest that we all thought was going on in the north. I can tell you that for free that the north have actually, shift their agenda, plans and demand to other things that, we may not understand. And I can tell you that for free. You see, these northerners, they are now becoming more aggressive and they are now demanding for Arewa country or Arewa Republic. And all these things are happening because the president is not from the north. I can tell you that for free. As we all know, Nigeria actually suffered in the hands of Muhammad Buhari, but no northerner came out to protest. But of course, we know that Ahmed Bola Tinubu has really suffered this country, that people are actually hungry and people are suffering as a result of poor economic policies that Ahmed Bola Tinubu has made. But I can tell you that what is actually going on in the north is beyond end bad governance protest. And now today in Kaduna State, they are now demanding for Arewa Republic. I'll be showing you everything and what they are saying in that particular protest ground. But now let me show you what Ahmed Bola Tinubu actually said through his spokesperson Ajuri Ngelale, that shows he's actually bowing to pressure. And I can tell you that Ajuri Ngelale has now come out under the directive of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to say that president has actually cut down the cost of governance in some areas, especially when it comes to their travel allowance and all of that. Now, I want you to listen to Ajuri Ngelale as he speaks under the directive of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu on how they have taken steps to limit the cost of governance in Nigeria. And then when we come back, we'll just analyze the video.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, by his most recent directive, approved a massive cost-cutting exercise that will cut across the entire federal government of Nigeria and the offices of the President himself, the Vice President, and the office of the First Lady. It will be conducted in the following fashion. 1. The official trips that will be undertaken within the country, that is, when Mr. President or the Vice President travels to any state within the country, the massive bills that accrued due to allowances and ESTA code for security detail coming from Abuja, going and traveling into those states, will be massively cut due to the directive of the President that the security outfits within states, whether it be police, DSS, or branches of the military, will frontline his protective detail when he travels to those states. A major cost-cutting initiative. That will affect the office of the Vice President as well as the office of the First Lady. Additionally, when any international travel is being approved, the following limits have been placed on all ministers of the Federation. 4 members of their staff, appointees and the like, will be allowed to travel with a minister on an official trip. For heads of agency, that will be limited to 2 members of staff allowed to travel on an official trip. Furthermore, the numbers that the President has now approved for official travel with him that will apply to his principal staff are as follows. On international trips, the President has directed that no more than 20 individuals be allowed to travel with him. That number will be cut down to 5 in the case of the First Lady. 20 for the President, 5 for the First Lady. Additionally, the number in the entourage on official international trips for the Vice President will be cut to 5. The number that will be limited, the number that will be placed as a limit on the wife of the Vice President is also 5. In terms of local trips, the President has approved a new limit of 25 members of staff to accompany him on domestic trips within the country. The office of the First Lady is now limited to 10 staff members to accompany her on official trips within the country. The Vice President will be limited to 15 members of staff on official trips within the country, while his wife will be limited to 10 members of staff on official trips within the country, the same as the First Lady. It is pertinent to note that there is a difference between the number of members of staff allowed to travel with the presiding officials to international trips and those that are allowed to domestic. You will find that the numbers on international trips are less than those allowed on domestic trips. This is because international trips are far more expensive across the board, and the President is determined to bring total sanity and prudence to the management of the Commonwealth of our people. As a result of this, the President has directed that every federal MDA, also including the office of the President itself and the office of the Vice President, as well as the offices of the First and Second Ladies, are affected and bound by this directive of the President. From henceforth, the President is insistent that the notion of government wastage, the notion of recurrent expenditure being in excess, the notion that government officials will be allowed to conduct their affairs in a way that is different from what we are asking of Nigerian citizens with respect to prudence and cost management. Those days are over. The President is insistent that the prudence of government officials must reflect the prudence and efficiency of the Nigerian citizens. And this is the directive of the President.
Now, I believe you're listening to what he actually said. I don't want to go into details with what he said because I know that all of those things are just a way to deceive Nigerians into believing that Ahmed Bola Tinubu is trying so hard to reduce the cost of governance. This was the same thing that Peter Obi started lamenting from day one that Ahmed Bola Tinubu took over from Muhammadu Buhari, the way he was spending extravagantly. You see, buying cars for members of National Assembly, the number of cars in his convoy, and the number of people who he took to the Qatar trip. Yet, he was telling Nigerians that there was no money in Nigeria. Now, he is now bowing to pressure because of this particular protest. He has now remembered all the things that Peter Obi said to him because of this particular protest. I don't know when African leaders and presidents will learn. I don't know when they will learn to do the right thing at the right time. They always learn their lesson when there is chaos and when their country is being destabilized. Tinubu had the time to do all these things before now. He refused to do it, thinking that Nigerian youths are fools, that Nigerian youths cannot do anything. Look at what is happening in the north now. You know, he thinks that the north will spare him because he campaigned for Muhammadu Buhari. He never knew that the north will never spare him. As far as he is not from the north, they will never spare him. And that is what they are doing today. Go to Kano and Kaduna, you see what is happening. They are no longer even protesting against bad governance and hardship and, hunger protests. They are now calling for Arewa Republic. And I can tell you that for free. Now, let me show you this video of what is actually happening in the north, especially in the Kaduna state currently, and then we'll just wrap up the video. Now, I believe you saw what is actually going on in Kaduna State and in Kano State. I can tell you that for free that even after 10 days of this protest, that the North are not ready to stop this particular protest. They have actually gone beyond end bad governance and hunger protest. They are now demanding for Arewa Republic. And all these things are due to the fact that the president is not a Northerner. Put a Northerner there now and you will see the North relaxing. They will never go out for any protest. That's why I keep saying in this channel that the only solution to the problem of Nigeria today is regional government. Nothing more can solve the problem of Nigeria. Now I'll stop this video here and I'll drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos.